Art education. Techniques to improve your drawings or illustrations in graphite. Did you see how I sharpened? We are sanding down. We are going to start making the lines. The lines must have character. Look at how I put a point at the beginning and at the end of the line. Draw the line without fear. Practice the line. Secure lines denote character in the drawing. Don't make this kind of lines with little hairs. That doesn't work. Strong and calm. We'll see what hatching is. The smudging is a technique for drawing. To give volume. To apply the graphite. It can be done in various forms. One is diagonal. Another is on top, as we are seeing. From the other side, there are horizontals. There are verticals. All this so that your drawing looks. Harmony exists when you're hatching to one side only. It's called rhythm. That will also help you a lot. Now let's get into this smudging. This means putting graphite from less to more. These blenders exist. They are called. They're like cardboard pencils that you help to blur this azure or this to degrade. Look how they pick up graphite, and you can draw with them, also giving volume. You can also blend with your finger. There are some who don't like it, some who do. And yes, there are people who think that it gets dirty then, but this is an exercise and it's so that you can decide. I'll show you what can be done. We can also blur, as you saw, with a brush. Now we're going to start with an 8B pencil. Because the previous drawing, the smudging, before it was with a 2B. We will see that the 8B obviously has. It tends to leave more graphite in the paper because it's a softer graphite. Soft. You place the graphite and then blend. This is the exercise. See how we are spreading it. Then we can continue putting more graphite until we achieve what we want. Here we are going to carry out these exercises that we did to give volume to a circle, turning it into a sphere. For that we need to know well from where the light comes, to be able to give it shadow, the volume. And we are smudging. We are drawing, and also remember that if there's a light source, and it is interposed with a element, will create a shadow, so right now we are drawing that shadow. We also blur so that, almost with the element, it's how I am. Blending with the brush and well, more or less how it's going to end up. If you got dirty, then it's fine to erase. Do it carefully with a soft eraser. Always respect the grain. Here I thought I had not recorded the previous sphere, so we make another to continue. Reviewing, we put in what is the hatching. We enter with the brush and we proceed to propose also its shadow. The light comes from the same side, so the shadows are on the opposite side. This is the exercise that I propose to you. Do it at home. Don't get anxious. This is little by little. Always look for harmony in your drawings. Here I add a bit of light with an eraser. Valid, I keep smudging. I decide how far that goes in. Light. And well, the point is that it should. The drawing should end up to your liking. If you like the video, let me know in comments. Do you think they work for you? These. And like it, share it. Thank you. Are you still drawing? Consistency. There are different ways to degrade or to smudge. This is, for example, with the smudger. This cardboard pencil is called Blending, and what it does is that it will. Blending. It gives you the unity of graphite. As if you were drawing. Pay attention in the video how they are used there. Smudges made of cardboard, like this one is the case. There are plastic blenders, and it will. Allowing uniformity to your drawing. Then you can keep going with the pencil. That's why I said that you have to know well both your graphite and your paper. Let's see how far, where it allows you to work. Also the drawings that are not well over the carried away, they saturate. And that, it's another danger. One must know how far to apply graphite, how far to apply it. Watercolors, up to where to apply. Acrylic, where the limit is already set. If you achieved it or not, pay attention. Here, like with this sfumato, or I blend. Loading graphite, and you can continue working in areas where there is no graphite. With the graphite it brings, and blending the another graphite, you see it. Here you can see it in the video, borrowing from that graphite and all this. When you master it, it will allow you to do tricks, give it your style to your work practice. Blend vertically, horizontally, and diagonal with circles. Remember that right now we are practicing. We're going to give it a little tick for this smudge later. It can also be blended. Pay attention with your fingers. A lot of people don't like this. Many do. People, yes, many say. They say it gets dirty, but well, I'm passing you the tips for you to practice, and you decide what to do. Subsequently, you can give yourself contrast look with the pencil. You can start playing with these exercises. Maybe a piece. What remains looks aesthetic. Maybe that's what we're seeing. The point is to play. The trick is to practice, to know that you can keep making. Notice that. You can also smudge or blend it with a brush. It is also very fun, and you allows reaching other textures. Up to here, I worked with a pencil. Darwin 2B. Now I am going to start with A. Color chalk 8B. The difference? The difference. Do you know about hard or soft? What is it? A pencil is quite visible. Here we have the 8B. It adheres better to the paper. And well, that will allow you darker. Remember that the drawing should have the 3 tones. Mainly not what is the medium gray and white. It is supposed that they should have good drawings in graphite. Here we see the 8B very soft, loose. A lot of graphite. And I insist we keep playing. We keep making the composition of this sheet, not just because it's a sheet of exercises. We are not going to do a composition. Let's see how we're going to make this gradient with an 8B much more loaded. Can you see, right? I insist, loosen more graphite on the paper. Remember that you can use in a drawing different numbers or graduations of graphite or pencils. The drawing itself can be done with some HHB, or many people prefer to work solely with 2B, which gives you almost all the ranges. I like it when I'm going to shade, and I'm going to give volume try. I like the 6B. 8B seems pretty dark to me. Quite noble. It's graphite. It almost feels like butter. We're going to blend with a brush. Let's see what goes. Here we are already with the brush, and we see that it has good results. The graphite is spreading from a uniform form, which is what we are looking for. And afterwards we can put it back. Graphite on top of this. Blended. I insist, to see what happens, no. Until where we can darken our paper. Now we're going to put in. Practicing what we have been. Learning with what we've been. Playing, which is to turn a circle back into sphere. For this we always have to decide. Know where our light comes from. If you are copying from a photo, well, knowing where the light comes from, right? Because if not, well, you won't be able to give it the volume. So once we know this, we start to measure. We started introducing graphite. We know how light behaves in a sphere, and we will doing it to later blend. In this one case with this sfumato or blending, we will be grading the element. We respect the light, and we are giving it volume. We are adding more graphite. We are not drawing more, whatever is necessary. We are marking here. We are giving that volume we are looking for. That's all. You decide. That is part of your technique, part of your art, of your work. Do you make those decisions because of that? It's different and unique. Don't forget that there is a source of light, and if an element gets in the way, there will be a shadow, right? That shadow has a lot to do with the floor inclination, the inclination of the light. In this case, we're going to leave it like this. Simple. Let's look for this. It should look aesthetic because exercise, and we start drawing. We must match the two elements, although, as I said a little while ago, you decide what you want to do. That is very important. How you want it to look, and we are practicing and studying so that you get the results you want. We start blending with a brush and continue working the rigors of a drawer's job and more. With these labs are shaking. It's that we can end up dirtying without realizing it. Count on a soft eraser to erase. Respecting your paper is good. Here I thought I hadn't recorded the past sphere. Then I realized that yes, but we are going to do another to continue reiterating what we were practicing. First we make the soft circle. More or less how we want it to end up. Perfect. Nothing is. In nature, nothing is perfect. Well, we start sketching. We put in the bluish. We will be drawing. We decided from where the light comes. This time it will be exactly the same light source. They are going to be the shadows. Flipped over, we put the graphite in. We keep illuminating. We enter with the paper blending tool. Cardboard. Then, to keep exploring, we enter with the smudger of the brush. We continue to see what happens and vary. It is important to see if you like this matter to give more light with an eraser. Erase a bit. Here we are doing that exercise. Now you should focus before go into erase to give those lights that your mom is clean. If you can't smear it, and don't go too high in the graphite because you won't do it. Being able to remove just where were you? The light was planned. If not, you would have to do it in one way. Harder if possible. But try this exercise right now, As soon as we decide how far we leave it, light with our eraser, well it Let's prepare to see the result. If you like the video, leave a comment. Give me a like, so I can keep doing others. I leave you with a greeting and let's work from the drawing until painting.